This is the Bluedee 16-inch soundbar with remote. Let's take it out of the box. In the box you get the quick start guide, a wall mounting template. This unfolds, and as you can see, you mark those locations using a pencil point or something like that on your wall, and then you can mount it up nice and easily. You got a remote control with it, as stated before. They give you a line-in cable. This is 2 RCAs to a 3.5 millimeter TRS plug. Line-in cable like this, 2 3.5 millimeter TRS plugs at each end. They give you an optical cable like this. This cable is known as either optical, sometimes SP-diff, sometimes Toslink. Over here they give you screws and wall anchors. You're all set if you do want to wall mount it, power adapter, and of course the soundbar itself. Let me get all this stuff cleaned up. I'll tell you a bit more about it, and we'll carry on from there. As stated before, this is a 16-inch soundbar. It's great for smaller TVs, but even more excellent for computer monitors, where you're going to have a screen that's really, just a couple inches wider than that. So it's really great for computers, and you can probably get some really nice sound out of this. We're going to find that out in just a bit. This has 50 watts of output power, so it should go nice and loud. It has 3 EQ modes, and as stated before, it is wall mountable. Let's take a look at the back over here. So in here we have our connections for the aux-in, the optical, and the power. Your wall mount right there. Real easy if you wanted to do that, or you can just put it has rubber feet on the bottom. They're little plastic protectors you got to peel off, and that's why it'll sit. I can't get rid of that little piece of dust. There we are. That's why it'll sit real nice like that and just stay there. So this also has one other connectivity option that I didn't mention because you can't see it. Bluetooth. So let's get this plugged in, powered on. We'll pair up the phone with it, and I'll play some music. A little flashy blue light over there means it's ready for pairing. Phone over here. We'll scan for new devices here. And let's go ahead. And there we are, SK300. It's paired up. Now, let me play some music. All right, here we go. I haven't touched any volume control, and that is punching right like that. Pretty nice. We'll turn that down a little bit on the phone. We'll get the remote over here, and I'll raise and lower the volume. First of all, you got a mute button, which is nice, so you can just mute it like that. And you can also do play, pause, next song, previous song, all that. Select your inputs, all that kind of great stuff. Let's crank it up a little bit. We're going to do that more in a bit. So that right there sounds great on its own. If you had this on a desk for a desktop computer, that's more than all the sound you're ever going to need, really, for it. And it goes nice and loud. We're going to really crank it up in a minute. So what I'm going to do for you now is Bluetooth, as you may or may not know, being a wireless technology, doesn't afford you the best sound quality. So I'm going to get a laptop. We're going to hook this up line in to give you the best possible sound quality. So we'll get that set up. This may be an ancient looking laptop, and that's because it is. but that's okay. It has a line out, and it'll work just great. You can plug a tape player into this or anything you want. Let's go ahead and play some music. Obviously, all of this music has to be copyright free. Unfortunately, that's just the way of the world these days. But the good news is you won't judge whether or not you like the soundbar based on the kind of music I play, because nobody likes copyright-free music. Very crisp highs, punchy bass, all around really nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the volume a bit back to where it was, and I'm going to show you the different modes that it has for each cue. It has film mode, TV mode, and music mode. It doesn't give you an indication, you just know based on what button that you press on the remote here. Here's music, and film, and TV, just like that. So this is music mode now. Let me raise that up. And here's TV mode. Sort of flattens the sound curve out, which is great for watching the news and things like that. And here's film mode. And I think that greatly enhances the sound. We're going to go ahead and crank this all the way up. So get your hands on your volume control because it's going to get loud. And now. Let's go into another song. And try this one out. I'm hearing a little vibration, but that may be my surface here. We're going loud again. Put it back in music mode. I think it does a very respectable job for the size of it, what it is, and what it's supposed to be. We'll try one more song here. It will go even louder than this. I'm being overly cautious because this laptop has a very, very hot output. So I have this volume playing at, something like 25% or something like that. %. So, I'm choking it down by quite a bit. It'll go really loud, but I'm not going to push it anymore. I think we definitely made the point. It sounds great. So like I said, for a desktop or something like that, desktop computer would be fantastic for it. Or if you have, like, even in a bedroom would be fantastic if you have a, you know, kind of smaller TV instead of like a 120-inch on the wall. You know, this would be more than suitable for that, to just, you know, give you that extra sound. Because what happened especially was years ago we had them old computer monitors, you know, the big boat anchor CRTs and that. And then they came out with flat screens, but the part they didn't tell us is that the sound would go flat. So that's why we have sound bars like this Bluedee 16-inch sound bar with remote.
This is a review of the Bluedee model BD-SK300 TV soundbar. The speaker came in this shipping box. I took these pictures after initially opening everything and scotch taped the flaps down to take this photo of the actual speaker box inside the shipping box. The speaker was inside a protective bag secured by egg crate end caps. This is the front of the speaker box, and this is the back. The speaker looks well made, smooth and symmetrical, very pleasing in appearance. It is 16 inches long, which at first makes it seem small, but the goal of the speaker is to be suitable for use in limited space situations. On the bottom is the product identification label showing model number and serial number. An indentation in the rear/bottom contains 3 jacks or ports. On the left is a 3.5mm audio jack, commonly referred to as 1/8 inch in the United States. In the center is an optical audio jack, also known as a toslink jack. On the right is the jack for the DC power connector. On the right side of the speaker are the manual operation switches. Left to right they are on/off, signal source selection, volume down, and volume up. The speaker package includes a remote control, AC to DC converter, RCA to 3.5mm connector, 3.5mm to 3.5mm connector, toslink optical connector, wall mount anchors with mounting template, and a quick start guide. The assumption that the speaker will be wall mounted is facilitated by a packet of drywall or sheetrock anchor screws. The 2 elongated flat surface holes slide over the screws after they are properly installed in the wall. When wall installation is not desired, the speaker may rest on the soft pads fixed to the ends. Remove the protective clear plastic covers to maximize location stability.
There's a 7-figure painting in your room.
Here the speaker is operating with a toslink optical connector supplied with it. The 55-inch TV above gives an actual installed size perspective. In this segment and the one that follows, the active light you see on the speaker grill is caused by my spotlight and camera operation and does not come from the speaker.
I know people who are very good at acquiring things when price is right.
Okay, why not?
Here the Toslink connection has been removed and Bluetooth audio has been established.
If it's okay with Barry.
A-okay. There you have it.
Great. Grazie, grazie. I'm going to tell Donnie. Yes.
In addition to the amazing full-spectrum performance of this, quote, cinematic TV soundbar with impactful bass, unquote, in its target application, I was intrigued by the versatility of application that came to mind. For example, I can play a tiny pocket radio through it.
God is in this story. You're in this story. God is in my story.
I can play my high-fidelity music player through it.
When will
I can adjust the volume with remote control.
again? You left with no goodbye, not a single word was said. No final kiss to seal any sins. I had no idea of the state we were in.
Using a USB Type-C to 3.5mm connector, which I bought from Amazon, I can connect the soundbar to my iPad Pro. Using a Lightning to 3.5mm connector, which I also bought from Amazon, I can connect the soundbar to my antiquated iPhone 7.
This time.
That concludes my review, but since I am not wall mounting my speaker, I have added to it speaker isolation spikes with plated speaker spikes pads. That's the Amazon description. Tech experts say spikes don't help the sound, but I like them and have used variations of them for decades. Here I am listening to music via Bluetooth from Roku. Thanks for watching.
From the time I first met him, he meant the world to me. And my
End of my life, end of my life. End of my life, end of my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى.
We've been in some hard spots before, but we've always made it through. Yeah, with Mom and Dad there to help us. Who knows where they are now? I try not to think about them. It's not terrible. Because when I do, I wonder if there was something else I could have done.
A sword day, a red day, and the sun rises.